Hello everyone. Hey, welcome to another what I call review video that I like to do. Pretty much anything I buy, if I have time, which today I do, I'm going to do a review of some sort, whether it's an unboxing or a total review or whatever it might be. But again, I want to do that so that, again, maybe some of you out there are looking around, you're trying to research, you're trying to investigate, and you're trying to figure out what it is that you want to buy or you want to purchase, borrow, rent, use, whatever it is. Maybe, just maybe, I might have an answer for you. Okay? I'm here to help. That's all I'm here for. So anyway, today what we're going to be doing an unboxing review of is the radio head unit that I just picked up. This is going to go in my 65 F100. I'm building a, what do you want to call, like a console that will go up into the ceiling, and that is where this and my old school booster equalizer that I've had years and years ago, but it works, and it's kind of cool how it lights up, and it's got this lights that dance up and down and everything like that when it's playing, when the music is playing. So that's kind of a nostalgia thing, but it is really slimline. As a matter of fact, I'll just kind of give you a real quick showdown of it. Right there it is, right there. It's really thin. It is all steel, by the way. It's actually kind of heavy, but well, of course I made this metal plate bracket, which I will take off and install this in something different. But my point is I'm going to be using this in my 65 F100. So a little bit about this. So this is a Pioneer MVH-S522BS. What that is. Digital media receiver. Let's go through some of the specs here. Pandora, Spotify, Sirius XM ready. Probably the Pandora and Spotify. I do use that here in my shop on my Roku unit, so probably we'll be using those two. Sirius XM I have no interest in whatsoever. I mean, I've been in some rental cars and a company vehicle that had that, and I did enjoy the 80s hair metal, kind of station and whatnot. That's kind of cool. But I have no interest in myself in paying a subscription just to keep that going. Bluetooth capable, made for iPhone, works with Android, has the Pioneer Smart Sync system in here, so you can get the Pioneer app, Smart Sync app, hook it up that way. Hands-free calling, music streaming, dual phone connection, color customization, and I mean, I kind of heard about this thing that the colors can be just like crazy. 1.5 amp charging for the Android, right there on the front. Steering wheel control ready. I would assume in certain vehicles, which again I won't be using that because my truck is going to be, well, it's 1965, and I am going to be upgrading it a little bit, but for the most part, I'm trying to stay away from a lot of touchscreen items and whatnot and things that can fail. That's what I'm trying to stay away from. So, this is the box. You can see how big it is compared to my hand. I picked it up at Crutchfield, is where I went shopping this time around. I don't really have any shops around here anymore like we used to as far as audio, places where you can go and you can touch these things, other than maybe Walmart and I guess a few auto stores, etc. But first of all, I don't like the no-name brands at the auto stores, and secondly, I'm not a Walmart fan, just because I think, Amazon, Walmart, and all that, they don't like us. They don't like our freedom. They don't like the fact that we have choices. They want us to abide by them and always buy from them, etc. And they just keep getting bigger and richer and blah blah blah, and that's just a whole nother subject. But my point is that I don't support them. You won't catch me in there unless I absolutely have no other choice. Anyway, Picked this up at Crutchfield. They, yes, are a bigger company, I guess, when it comes to audio stuff, but they've been around a long time, and they've proven their, ability to be in this business, basically, by providing great customer service, great products. They are a little pricey, I will admit that, although I was pretty impressed with the price I got on this. I think I was right in that $130, $140 range for this. And there were other, models that were above and or below this S522. I just went with this because of the AV inputs on the back and a lot of the other functions that I plan to use for my system here. Okay, so first thing you notice here is there's a little cavity right here, and here is obviously the connector. One thing that I'm going to say about this is that I noticed that, they always say for high performance audio systems, they talk about using, 12 gauge, 10 gauge, at least 16 gauge wire, for sure, with your speakers and again, for your power, you should definitely be using 12 and 10 gauge and all this stuff. And it kind of floors me how they provide this. And these wires are certainly, well, this ground wire here, that might be 18 gauge, maybe. Here's the positive for the power input, and that's certainly 20, 22 gauge maybe. And the same with all the rest of these speaker outputs. So I don't really understand how they talk about, you need to have big wires or whatever to make sure you get plenty of current, etc., and then they choke it down right here with something like this. But anyway, I don't know, maybe Pioneer knows something that I don't, but nonetheless, I'm going to be powering this thing, I believe, with a 14 gauge wire, because again, if this is a 22 gauge here, bringing 14 gauge all the way up to, because it's going to be up in the ceiling of the truck, by the way, as I had said, going to bring it all the way up there, and then we're going to choke it down into this little 22 gauge wire. Then I don't see the point of using a 10 gauge wire like I'm going to be using on my amplifier. But anyway, this is the connector right there. Open this up here, and it's all nice and neatly packed away in there. Looks like we've got a baggie of goods here. What else? Here we have, so this is regarding Pioneer in-dash receivers and Spotify. So this is kind of some notifications and, just garbage. Lawyer speak, I suppose. 1 year limited warranty right here. Also where to call for support, etc. for that warranty. Then we have the instructions here. Again, Pioneer MVH-S522BS. So this is basically specific to this. Sometimes they have instructions that cover multiple models. Yeah, so this looks like a fold-out setup. So basically you fold it out. Wow, it's pretty big. Yep, pretty big. So there you go. Looks like it's all in English on one side. And of course, we gotta appeal to feelings of everybody today, so we gotta do Spanish on the back side. That's what we gotta do. Anyway, even though we live in America and English is the national language and whatnot, and I have nothing against speaking other languages, I just think that if you're living in America, you should be speaking English. After all, if you want to be an American, and you want to ride the benefits of America, you should support it and be an American. Okay, so stuff is kind of small in a way, for those of you out there that are older like myself and you want to know if you can read this. Yeah, you probably can, but it's getting pretty fine print over here. So but for the most part, looks like the instructions are pretty thorough. Looks like you can get what you need done there. Okay, let's see, let's pull this thing out of here. Oh, we got another parts bag here. This bag here, got some screws in it and whatnot. Looks like these are, I think these are the brackets that go in there to actually release the cage. Yeah, so instructions will probably clearly tell you how to use these. What's in here? Got a little blue bag with tape on it. What do we got here? Oh, okay. So double-sided tape here. Looks like we got a clip-on microphone, or maybe you can double-side tape it somewhere if you want. So this is the hands-free microphone system that you would plug in behind the unit, obviously. And so you can answer the phone or whatever, you know, if you're going to use the speech function, I would imagine, this is what you're going to need for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this in there because honestly, most of the speaker systems or hands-free calling things, I don't like the way they sound. When I'm on the phone with somebody using one, I wouldn't want anybody to actually have to tolerate that I'm speaking through this thing. Not only that, I just kind of worry about the feedback issue, and so I'm probably not going to install this, but I might. We'll see. For the most part, I plan to control my stuff manually, and when it's time to answer the phone, I have a trucker headset. Kind of an ugly looking thing when you put it on your head, but I don't care what people think. It's comfortable, and it's awesome. It picks up no wind hardly, virtually ever, and I'm very clear sounding to everybody, and of course with that I guess speaker system sitting on my ear, I can hear perfectly what the other side is saying, as long as of course they're not being stupid with their phone or on one of these hands-free microphones that sound like garbage. So putting this all the way, all right, now here we go. Here's the unit itself. Kind of give you an idea what it looks like. I'm doing this in reverse mode, obviously, so I apologize for the fact that everything is backward, but that's just the way it is. I could flip this camera around, but then I can't really watch myself, and I don't even know if I'm putting it in the right spot. I might be doing something like this. So that's why I'm doing it like this. But I don't think anybody cares, because everybody kind of knows how things work nowadays. Everybody does selfies, so... Alrighty, so here's your unit right here. I mean, this is obviously all push button, and you got a control knob here that turns. Sounds like you can push on it as well. And then these are, looks like these right here, you just kind of, it's probably like a touch, you know, like a screen on a smartphone. Probably senses your touch. Here's that USB port right there that you can plug off. Apparently, what's this? This must be the aux output or input or something. I don't know. I have to look at the instructions to see. And you look at the back here. Clearly, we have the antenna right here. I believe, I think this is something extra. I think this is like a remote control. There's your fuse. There's your connector connection for your actual wires that come with it. This is obviously a heat sink here. Let's see, one of these is for a microphone, and I think one is also an output, I believe. And then here's all my line inputs, outputs, so to speak. These are going to go out to, I have a subwoofer in my case that I'm going to be using. There's a front and a rear also audio output. I'm probably going to be driving my, let's see, I've got a retro speaker that's right in the dash. The 65, pickup. It has one speaker in the, or it did, or it could have, but it don't have. But I'm going to put one retro speaker there, and it has 2 voice coils on it, and I plan to run that right through here, and also plan to run my component system. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Now I remember what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the audio out and go into that old school booster equalizer that you saw, and I'm going to drive the tweeter and the 6.5 speakers with that baby, and then I'm going to come out for my subwoofer which I have a, I think it's a Rockford Fosgate, I think it is, or Kicker or something like that. Anyway, gonna be powering or inputting that with these audio outs. Okay, so now you want to get this thing out. You just reach down over here to the what would be the bottom right hand corner, push on that, and it should, there we go, pop out. Now you got the face removed. There you go. And then you got to kind of twist this just right to get this sucker out and let that release. Trying to take out the front trim basically here. There we go. Oh, got one side. Okay, there we go. Got it all out. Now here's the head unit, and you still got the case yet here, which again I believe is what these are for. Right there, these right there. I think you stab them right into here and push on them, and then this allowed this to come out. But I'm going to cheat. I'm going to grab a screwdriver here and just do it from the back side. Kind of raise it up like so. And go to the other side, do the same. There we go. And now, there you go. You got your cage here. So, here's the bare unit itself. And here's the cage. So the cage, basically, I would imagine that some of these screws are perhaps meant to use to screw this cage into something, maybe. I'm not sure. Or you can also screw into the side here, I would imagine, if you're not going to use the cage. I plan on using the cage. I'll probably twist, you know, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to stick this in there, and then whatever your thickness that you put this in, you grab the appropriate tab and you bend it upwards, and that holds it in tight. At least hold it in tight enough, let's put it that way. So that's what I plan to do, because if you bolt this in a different way, using the screws in the side, you have to get access to those screws in order to unscrew this and take it out. Whereas if I have this, I should be able to use these right here again, these little I don't know what the heck you call these things, but these little metal things that go in there and actually push that out and allow this thing to slide out. I've also used a screwdriver before too, by the way. So, but anyway, that is pretty much the unboxing review of the Pioneer MVH-S522BS. You now kind of have a good idea of what it looks like, what you're going to get when you order it, and what its capabilities are. Although I will tell you that, you know, once I get it in the truck and I get it, you know, powered up and get it working, I'll probably return with an actual video on how to use it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Again, if I have time, fine. If I don't, I don't. But that's my plan. And I do appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. Rumble, because we're over there as well. In fact, we all should be over there because we like freedom, right? And let's keep on going with this. Come out for more. I'll have more for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.